Shalom, Akim. The brother Ra'az Aleph from GMS London Camp. First and foremost, when they give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chachadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and blessings to the hopeful and sincere elect. So, quick response video. You see the situation that's going on over the headlines for the past couple of days now, regards this Israeli and Palestinian conflict, and now America's decided to jump on the bandwagon, including the UK as well, to basically defend the Israelis, the Israeli government, by sending warships and all of that over there, and there's even talks of even more help coming from the West, predominantly of America and also the UK. But now this guy Kevin McCarthy, one of the Republican politicians, he says he warns that US could be next. And I got this from Elder Yashawamba's still post that he put up a little while ago on the YouTube feed. So it says McCarthy warns that US could be next in regards to another paramilitary assault. And there's a movie that came out a little while ago, a few years back, called Red Dawn, and they show you how America was invaded by a foreign troop by way of them paragliding into the shores of America. You just had the situation where a bunch of Palestinians paraglided into the land of Israel to set up shop, so to speak, and occupy that land, and basically attack the Israeli government and its citizens. And that could basically come to the shores of America as well. Lo and behold, you could have a Red Dawn situation, which the film was based upon America being attacked by foreign troops, mainly of, I think it was North Korea, and or the Koreans in general, and they occupied the shores of America, a martial law type state. And if that comes to America, because they got the immigration problem that they're having over there right now, which this guy McCarthy was talking about, it's basically a ruse waiting to hatch, or the Abkeo scenario that can bring forth calamities to the American economy and bring forth a lot of death. So this chaos at the southern border could have allowed terrorists to infiltrate America. This former speaker warns and calls on Biden to wake up. So we already had this October surprise with the attack on Israel. So don't be surprised if something happens in the next couple of days or next coming weeks or months. Basically surprise attack in the Americas, man. Another October surprise to add onto this conflict that's going on right now. Because the whole Ukraine and Russia thing, that's kind of like old news right now. This is the new news, or the new topic of discussion in regards to brewing wars, so to speak, wars and rumors of wars. So who knows? Watch this space. That's why the scriptures say to watch as well as pray, because things are happening, man. The prophecies are not tarrying; they're moving very quickly. I just got one or two presets I'm going to read and close out. This is Isaiah 47. I'll start from 1. It says, lament for Babylon. And Babylon is not going to be healed, because America was made to be destroyed, man. It's the 8th head that came up out of the 7 that was made to go into perdition, as it tells in Revelation 17, which I'm going to read. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. And why is America known as the virgin daughter? Because it hasn't been touched by any warlike calamities. World War, which is going to. World War III is basically going to be the end of the American society, man. The Edomites that's ruling on high, they're about to lose their empire, man, by way of nuclear destruction. It says, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Yeah, because America is going to eventually be invaded, which this guy McCarthy is warning about. And ultimately it's going to lead to that Third World War. All these skirmishes and tensions brewing between all these nations is going to ultimately lead to a Third World War between all these major countries like Israel, Iran, Russia and China, so on and so forth. It says, take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover the locks, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. And everyone's seeing the shame of America and the shenanigans of what's going on over there in Israel and how they got that land. They stole that land from the true inhabitants, which you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. And now you got a bunch of heathens fighting over a land that's not theirs. Meaning the Ishmaelites representing the Arabs today, and then you got the Edomites represented by the Israelis, which majority of them are Amalekites, one of the spawns of Esau, or the Edomites. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. Yeah, I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man, because that's the Lord's land. That land that these heathens are fighting over right now, that land belongs to Yahweh Shai, and the elect of Israel. Starting with the elect, the Israelites, the true Israelites of the Bible. It says, as for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. So let me jump down for the sake of time. Verse 7, it says, thou saidest, thou shalt be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay to heart these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Yeah, because America has always been dwelling in safety for the most part, and it's always been out here occupying other people's land, like the situation with the Israelis are, or the Israeli government, through the banking elite, like the Rothschilds family. But they never, never considered their latter end, meaning that they was going to lose everything in the blink of an eye, which is going to happen anyway, because that land, Israel, needs to be cleansed. It needs to be, those heathens that are in the land need to be wiped out before the true inhabitants go back to that land with Yahweh Shai when he returns. It says, therefore hear now this, thou that dwellest, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. We'll be going to very soon in a major way. Even worse than what's going over there in the Middle East right now. America's going to get the full brunt of it. It says, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment and in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments, which America was founded on witchcraft. But that witchcraft is not going to be able to defend them when it's all said and done, when all hell breaks loose. So for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me, thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. That's what's going to come to America. That's what McCarthy's warning about. Great evil's coming to the shores of America, man. And he's saying that Sleepy Joe is not taking these threats seriously. So it's going to come all of a sudden when they least expect it. It tells him 1 Thessalonians, when they should say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. So therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and this desolation shall come upon thee suddenly. So all of a sudden, man, when they least expect it, the Lord likes to deal with the element of surprise. Like no one even thought that the day that the Israeli government so-called told the army to take a day off, for whatever reason it was, and because of their holiday or whatever, and then they got invaded. No one expected it. The average person didn't expect it. They just got invaded, by the Palestinians, or Hamas as they call them. But we all know behind the scenes that the wicked elite are working behind closed doors to cause certain things, all the chaos scenarios, so they can bring forth their new world order. So we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, but the average citizen didn't know that it was going to be attacked. So the same thing's going to happen to America. There's going to be things that Esau's going to try and control, in regards to all the chaos scenarios, but there's also things that are going to be out of their control. Like it tells you in the book of Job, that in these last days these devils are going to be in straits, meaning the positions of difficulty. So it's going to fall upon them all of a sudden, and they're not going to be able to put it off. And the desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. See? So America's got the Lord saving the best destruction for last, which is going to be Babylon the Great. America, man. This is Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Talking about these Edomites, man. The spirit that's in them is very treacherous, very conniving, very evil and wicked, because they're the sons and daughters of the wicked. They're the seed of the wicked. It says, yea, that's why there's no peace in the land of Israel today. It says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, in his philosophies and his doctrines, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. That's why they're occupying another people in their own in another people's land, because they neither keep it at home. They stole another people's land in 1948, declared it was theirs due to the Balfour Declaration, or Alpha Balfour Declaration, and they've occupied that land ever since, and keep enlarging their borders, so to speak. It says, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death. That's why there's death throughout that whole land in the Middle East right now. There's no peace in the land, just like Gamal Nasser said, the ex-president of Egypt in the 50s in a Time magazine. He stated that the true Jays will never be accepted in that land, or there will never be any peace in that land, because the true Jays left the land black and came back so-called white people. It says, and cannot be satisfied. These devils are never satisfied. It says, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Yeah, by theft, by robbery, by stealing, by covetousness, by ill-gotten gains. That's how they got the land of Israel in the first place. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taught in proverb against him, and say, woe unto him that increaseth that which is not his. So that's what these nations are spewing out now. Even over there in Australia, you got people saying that they should, burn the Jays and so on and so forth. People are getting fed up with the Jays, man. But also they're going to use that as a ruse for the anti-Sem this and anti-Sem that. So don't be simple-minded, man. Esau's trying to control both sides of the spectrum, so to speak. The opposing forces, and so on and so forth, man. Because he's going to use it for his propaganda. The propaganda machine known as the media. It says that which is not his. It says, how long unto him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Yeah, and that thick clay is talking about that American debt, which they've gone past the ceiling, so that America's never going to be healed. That place is going to keep going down and down the toilet pan until it gets flushed with nuclear fire. So shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and shall awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. See, so America's not always going to be on top for much longer, man. Even their allies are going to turn up against them, man. They're not always going to be controlling the situation like they think they are. This is because thou hast spoiled many nations, especially the children of Israel, which they're occupying that land of the true Israelites right now. They spoiled many nations, and all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. So whatever you devils have done, especially to the children of Israel, is going to be returned unto your own heads. Recompense. That's what you call the poetic justice. That's what you call Revelations 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, and he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. He is the patience and the faith of the saints. And the only saints in the Bible are the children of Israel, starting with the men, the elect. This is because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land. It says, of the city and of all that dwell therein. So Esau's got hell to pay, man. Woe to him that is coveteth, and evil covetousness to his house. Yeah, you stealing other people's property, stealing other people's resources, stealing other people's lands. So the Lord said, woe unto you devils, man. Woe unto him that coveteth, and evil covetousness to his house. So taking something that don't belong to you. It says that he may set his nest on high. that he may be delivered from the power of evil. See, it says, thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. See, he's sort of screwed, man. You devils are screwed. Those Israelis over there, and even those Arabs, man, the Palestinians, none of them belong in that land. They're both going to get blown out of that land, ultimately. But America, man, because that's stolen land as well. So America's going to get the full brunt of hatred in these last days, man. Because everyone's going to want to just get rid of Esau, Edom in general. And they're going to realize that, you know, the head of that snake is the American society, the American Edomites, man, Babylon the Great. They're going to want to cut that head off. So woe unto him that buildeth a town with blood and establish a city in iniquity. Need I say any more? So I can go on, but you know, for the sake of time, I'm just going to keep it short. I'm going to keep it short, man. But the Lord is definitely turning up, and prophecy is speaking louder and clearer than ever before. And as I quoted earlier on, Revelation 7 and 8, is America, Babylon the Great, the eighth head that came out of the bottomless pit, meaning Europe, is going to go into perdition, man. Because America was birthed through Great Britain, you know, which is the seventh head. And America's going to go into perdition. It's going to be destroyed by way of nuclear fire. So McCarthy's onto something, man. Something's definitely in the works. It could be another part of the October surprise. We'll have to wait and see. But, you know, we definitely got to keep our eyes open, man. The prophecies is moving. We all know that the MOT to the B needs to be made mandatory first before, you know, the nuclear holocaust really takes place. You know, so that's it, man. But anyway, with that, we'll close out, give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Shalom to the hopeful and sincere elect.